And a magnificent morning to each and every one of you. Hold tight. Let me get this right. This is A21 from Black Roses Garden Community Radio. Now, I know Black has been on earlier. I shared her video. I encourage you guys to take a listen to that when you take some time and listen to that today. But be that as it may, the pomp and circumstance of yesterday is behind us. So we, the people, have to roll up our sleeves and get busy. Because again, we did not elect a savior. Be real clear on that. We elected two workers, and it's incumbent upon us as the boss of our democracy to ensure that it works. Now, just a quick reminder, you have duties and responsibilities as a citizen. You have to support and defend the Constitution. Just like those folks who are sitting in Congress take the oath to do that, even though some of them have fallen by the wayside, but I'll address that later on in this live. We have to stay informed of the issues affecting our community. That's our responsibility. And if January the 6th didn't, it affected every single solitary community in these United States. And we have to participate in the democratic process. We are the boss. It's we, the people, who select these folks who're supposed to share our values. And above all, support and defend the Constitution, support and defend our rights to respect, they'd have to respect our rights, beliefs, and opinions. That's what a democracy is. We have to participate in our own local community. And that's just a very quick reminder. Okay, I'm coming to you, and I'm going to be coming every day because I got some folks who are trolling me. And I know that I'm doing something right because you're trolling me. So to, to those 4 folks who I can identify, do what you do because I'm going to keep on doing what I do. So that being said, I want to also call your attention that it keeps being put across the mainstream media, or what I'm saying is, the country is divided. We are divided, but it's more folks in this country who want to do the right thing, who want to respect the rights and beliefs and opinions of others. So I broke the numbers down because Stacey Abrams, along with Fair Fight, she also had a fair count when she was addressing the census. And everybody was not counted because of that previous administration. But I broke the numbers down. We came from 330 million to 328 million. Okay, subtract out the 74 million folks who are under the age of 18. Subtract the 81 million folks who voted for Biden, the 74 million folks who voted for Trump, and the 3,380,000 folks. No, the 3,380,986 folks who split their votes between 24 other different parties. Go to Ballotpedia. You vet what I'm saying if that's what you need to do. So there are 95,619,014 folks who were either redlined out, suppressed, or depressed, because you're going to have some folks who just don't have any faith in the system. Okay, the system is all we got. And we, the people, have to make it work. That being said, we still have folks sitting in Congress right now, this minute, who who organized this insurrection. Those folks, Mo Brooks from Alabama, Andy Biggs and Paul Gosar from Arizona, those were your organizers. They went against their oath to support and defend the Constitution, because anybody who participates in or gives comfort to folks who rise up against this government have no place or no business sitting in those seats of power. So, as I consistently remind you, all 435 of them folks who are sitting in the United States House of Representatives and all 100 of those United States senators have an impact of what we do every single day. So in addition of calling or writing your representative, because it's not as easy to access all of them online. And I'm talking about via email. We can access them all by phone, but it's not that easy to access them online as it was in 2019 and early 2020. So we have to be vigilant. We have to be vigilant in reaching out to these folks. Okay, those are 3 folks from the House of Representatives who helped to organize it. You have other folks like Lauren Boebert from Colorado, who was communicating with the rioters, with the thugs that stormed the Capitol that day, telling them every time Nancy Pelosi moved, she does not need to be sitting there. Marjorie Greene, who says that she was going to draft articles of impeachment for Biden today. She don't need to be sitting there. And one more. Madison Cawthorn, that young boy in the wheelchair from North Carolina, who was on stage on the ellipse. He was a speaker at the rally. And one thing that he said that really plucked every nerve in my spirit, to go down to the Capitol and lightly threaten the members of Congress. He should not be sitting, and I don't live in North Carolina, but I got a sister who lives in North Carolina. So basically, when I hear that kind of representation or those kinds of words coming from somebody who has a seat in that power base, but I hear him saying, go beat up my sister, I'm not having that. Louis Gohmert, that idiot from Texas who filed in court to stop the steal. That was a bogus claim from the outset. Every single solitary one of those Republican House members knew it was a lie out the gate, and far too many of them supported it. But I'm giving you the names of the folks who organized it. Those folks have phone numbers. Those phone numbers are public information. I would encourage you to get 5 of your friends, to get 5 of their friends, and so on down that chain, to start calling these offices, bombard them with calls. Those folks need to either resign or be expelled. Cut and dry, pure and simple, ain't no whole lot to that. And last but certainly not least, we have 14 United States senators still sitting who promoted that lie. But 2 of them, I think all of them should be expelled. Yes, I do. But Josh Hawley of Missouri and Ted Cruz of Texas, who incited this attack. And while the attack was going on, they were fundraising. They were taking money from these unsuspected uneducated, and I'm saying uneducated in the sense that they don't know government. They were bilking people out of money. They were profiting off of the chaos. No way any of these lawmakers that I specifically named should be sitting in seats of power, breaking laws that they are holding us to. That can't happen. So it is incumbent upon us to be the boss. I saw a lot of people making comments, this morning, because I didn't do too much computer on yesterday. Actually, I didn't do any. Okay. And now I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. I contend that democracy mandates that when you don't wait for the light at the end of the tunnel. You march down that tunnel and flick the darn switch. That's what we have got to do. Now, I will be continuing. Folks who I have on my email list, I've got every single one of those House members who signed on and backed that lie. And I have the U.S. senators who did the same. I've got all of the lawmakers. If you are on my email list, because I sent out A through E day before yesterday, and I will continue to send stuff out today. We, the people, have to demand accountability. Lindsey Graham and everybody else who went on Fox News or whatever platform that they did go on to say, oh, we need unity now. I contend we cannot have unity until we have accountability. And it's incumbent upon we, the people, the boss of democracy, have to insist on it. And we have to persist until we succeed. Those folks are holding us to laws and standards that they are not abiding by themselves. Basically, and with all due respect to all my white brothers and sisters, they want democracy for white folks and a dictatorship, if you will, for everybody else. That's not democracy. And it's incumbent upon us to preserve it. I tell you every day, democracy is not a spectator sport. You got to roll your sleeves up and get busy. Now, last but certainly not least, before I get ready to start my work day for we the people, because this is what I do with my citizenship on a daily basis. Peter Robb, and I don't know how many of you know who he is. That's the gentleman that as soon as Joe Biden took the oath yesterday, he told his folks to tell Peter Robb that he has until 5 o'clock to submit his resignation, or he was going to fire him. And that's what he did. He fired his ass. Now, Peter Robb, he was the attorney who helped Ronald Reagan break up the Air Traffic Controllers Union. Now, for folks who don't know what the National Labor Relations Board is, it is an independent agency of the federal government, and it's vested with the power to safeguard employees' rights to organize and to determine whether to have unions as their bargaining rep. Now, how are you going to have somebody who's a straight-up management lawyer do that? You can't. So, as one of the commitments he made to the workers all across the country, get rid of that Bama, get somebody in there who can empathize with the folks who are making the engine of this country run, the workers. And that's why he got fired on yesterday. We need to support our government. We need to get busy. Again, we didn't elect the savior. We elected workers. So we got to lock arms with those workers to help push this agenda forward. We have done well, I think, from 2018 on. But more of us have to kind of put our money where our mouth is. We got to put our energy where our mouth is. We can't sit around the kitchen table and condemn, criticize, and complain to each other and not be willing to pick up a telephone or to send an email. We can't do that. We, the people, are in it to win it. As I said, if a lot of people said, I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I got to tell you, well, starting on Tuesday night, I felt like I could breathe again. And that went on through yesterday as well. Joe and Kamala are working to heal. And it's very visible. But we can't just leave them out there by themselves. We have a duty and responsibility to ensure that democracy moves forward. So this is 821 from Black Roses Garden Community Radio. I'm going to be back to remind y'all again. We got to call. We got to send emails. And as I said, I'm sending this to you guys because I know that you may know folks in other states. Send it. Encourage them to do what I'm encouraging you to do. Call, send emails, ask 5 to ask 5 to ask 5 to do the same. R&D, rob and duplicate. That's what we got to do. We have to persist until we are successful in weeding out the corruption that is the United States House of Representatives Republican contingent, as well as those rogues in the United States Senate who conspired to overthrow the government. Oh, by the way, I heard on MSNBC and CNN on last night that General Flynn, 45's national security advisor, who he just pardoned, his brother was one of those stooges that Trump sat in the Pentagon as the head. You know, when those calls came in from the Hill, hey, we need help. Flynn's brother is the person who told them, no, he wasn't going to send no troops. We got some work to do, people. Ain't nobody going to save us but us. So let's get busy and make your little list of things to do. Make your goals for the day, if you will. If you don't have time to make the calls, assign somebody in your house to do it. But let it get done. Let it get done every single day until the change that we need to see manifests itself. This is 821 from Black Roses Garden Community Radio. I am out.